Round of 32 action continuing at the National Heads Up Poker Championship presented by GoDaddy.com. Gabe Kaplan all in with ace-10 of hearts versus John Juwanda's ace-4, Ali.
Kaplan in Ferguson chic today.
I caught a deuce yesterday to bust
He's got Juwanda in terrible shape going to the flop.
Gabe pairs his 10 on the flop.
Flop for Gabe.
Kaplan's in great shape.
6,
7 or 2 4s.
2, 3, 4. Not a very good flop.
Here's the turn.
The flop wasn't very good, but the turn gives him some life. Inside straight draw for Juwanda.
That might do it.
Here's the river.
Gabe's got a fade of 6 here.
And it's a
No
four.
6 on the river. Kaplan doubles up.
Welcome back, Cotter.
We move back over to table 4, blinds 1 and 2,000 now. Jeffrey Ishbia barely hanging on with ace-jack. He limps in on the button.
He came back from being super short stacked earlier in this match. Still has the heart to limp in with the ace-jack.
Helmuth checks. Ishbia pairs his ace on the flop. Straight draw for Phil. Check, check.
Wow, Jeffrey's going to bother to slow play this thing.
King on the turn, no help to Helmuth.
It just might work. Phil looks like he's out. No, doesn't pull the trigger.
All in.
He checks, and Ishbia goes all in. Phil folds. Jeffrey picks up a much-needed 2,000. So as Ishbia stays alive against Phil Hellmuth, we look in on a new featured table on the left. The man considered by many to be the best player in the game, Phil Ivey, looking across the table at Vanessa Russo. Ivey with 8-7, Vanessa with Queen-Jack. She calls. Blinds 1 and 2,000, stacks about even. Ivey checks.
If you didn't know any better from the looks of it, you'd think Ivey was disinterested, but make no mistake, Craig, he's very focused when he's playing.
Straight draw for Vanessa on the flop.
That's 2.
Phil bets 2,000.
Ivey not giving Vanessa credit for limping on the button with an ace or a king, just trying to pick up dead money here.
She raises to 4,000.
Min raise.
Phil calls.
Phil is going to try to take this thing away from her, no doubt. All he's got is 8 high.
5 of clubs on the turn. Phil checks. While the action's on Vanessa, right now Ted Forrest and Scotty Wynn are all in pre-flop. Wins ace-queen of clubs, a slight underdog against pocket sixes for the 2006 heads-up champ, Ali.
Essentially a coin flip.
Here's the flop.
2 overcards against the pocket pair.
King, king, deuce.
Couple of kings on the flop.
Still good. Here's the turn.
Looking good for Ted so far.
Straight draw for Scotty on the turn.
No jack.
That just complicated things for Ted. He's got to dodge a 10, jack, queen, or an ace.
Ace on the river means Scotty Wynn is headed to the Sweet 16. And Ted Forrest, the 2006 champ of this event, is headed home.
That's right, baby.
Back at our feature table, Vanessa Russo checked the turn. She hit her straight on the river, Ali.
And now Ivey is thinking she's weak, firing 8,000, trying to take this pot.
All in.
Vanessa puts Phil all in.
Come on, Vanessa, stop. All right.
Stop what?
I don't think you had anything there.
Ivey folds. Vanessa extends her lead.
Without a 10 on the river, that play works for Phil.
Wow. Wow.
We check back in at table number 4. Blind still 1 and 2,000. Ishbia has more lives than a cat, Ali. When it comes to his chip count, he's still hanging in there.
Hanging around, hanging around.
Kid's got alligator blood.
Did we just do that?
Pocket queens for Phil. He limps in. Ishbia with king 7. He goes all in. Phil calls.
King 7 off.
Whoops.
Gets 2 queens for Phil Helmuth.
The only good news for Jeffrey is that he's got an overcard to Helmuth's queens here.
Pair of 8s on the flop.
Ishbia's thinking running clubs or a king.
He pairs his 7 on the turn, but still trails Helmuth's queens.
Clubs are out the window, but now Jeffrey can hit a 7 or a king.
Jack of hearts, Phil Helmuth is in the
Ishbia headed home. Phil Helmuth moves on.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth now. 5, 6, 7 flop. I had 8, 9. I flopped a straight.
The ace-king flop, I limped in with ace-queen. I had aces. We maybe lost a little too much on that hand.
Well, when
I had the nuts every hand. It was so sick.
it was amazing.
Even when the 10-deuce-3 flop, I'd pocket aces. It was amazing.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. So, I mean, I was lucky.
Very good. Nice
I think
playing
I
with
played
you.
really well, too.
You played wonderfully. You're a very good player. Thank you very much. Okay.
We might be seeing
good
Phil
match.
Hellmuth 2.0. He's a gentleman.
We head back to the feature table.
Come on, Vanessa, stop. That's funny. I guess my camera to ask.
I don't think you had anything. I mean, like, if I would have had like a 5, I probably would have called you. I'm telling you.
Take it as a sign of respect that I cannot give you any information about what I had.
I just
there.
don't think you had anything.
Be happy to tell you after the match.
Vanessa with an over 2-to-1 chip advantage. Phil with 5-4. He limps in.
Check.
Vanessa with 10 trace suited checks. Flop pairs Ivy's 4. Vanessa with a flush draw, and she checks.
All in.
Phil bets 2,000, and Vanessa puts Phil all in. And he folds again. So Phil Ivey facing a surprising challenge from Lady Maverick. But no more obstacles standing between Scotty Wynn in the round of 16. And with a business-like approach, Phil Hellmuth moves on. More action to come from the Russo-Ivey showdown when we return to the National Heads Up Poker Championship.